I think without a doubt we are a contender. I mean, I think we showed that, you know, through the first part of the season, and I think that there's no reason to believe that we shouldn't be one of the cars to beat. I think our biggest key is, you know, we got to make sure that, you know, that the McDonald's boys have good pit stops, that I don't make any mistakes, that they don't make any mistakes, that, you know, that we're patient enough to get to the end, and if we do all of those things, I mean, I think we'll be right there. But, you know, look back a couple years, 2006. I don't know if you remember Elio's crash here in traffic. Well, that's a classic case of forcing the issue when there's 100 laps left, and that's something you don't need to do. And that was the biggest thing. My problem last year, whether it be here or, like I said, all season long, it takes a while to kind of mentally get over that gap or that bridge of not having to go out and try to, you know, push every single lap. I mean, obviously it's tough, but you need to sometimes just get into a rhythm. At Richmond, our car wasn't very good, and I tried to force it, and I ended up crashing. I'm trying to think where else. Milwaukee was actually probably the big one, because Milwaukee, I think I had the car to beat. And I still to this day, I've said to a lot of people, I don't say this very often, but I think that we would have won that race. I mean, Briscoe ended up winning, but he was behind us when we crashed, and he was struggling to keep up with us, and I just tried to force my way around Manning, and well, anyway, he pushed me up in the gray, and he knows that he did it because I talked to him about it. But we're a year on now, so. But that was probably the biggest one, because I looked back on it and I was like, man, if I. And the reason I got impatient is I had, you know, Barnhart in the meeting before said, okay, if you're behind a lap car and you're a lead car, you're going to get around him in a lap. We're going to make him let you by. I followed this guy for 27 laps. So get around him in a lap was nowhere near the truth. And I was P2 when this happened. Yeah. I think I was probably the dominant car. And same P, obviously with the passing, it's not very easy. You just kind of cruise around out front, no one's going to pass you. And so I felt like, I mean, I felt sure that we were the ones to beat there. And then you get hit. And then you go to, you know, Long Beach. We had I mean, awesome race going. I think, again, we were probably going to finish in the top 3 without a doubt. And have a pit problem, which is like a freak incident. It never happens. And then, you know, we go to Kansas, and we struggle a little bit, you know, with the car in the race, but we were kind of keeping still, and we have an issue in the pits again, which lost us another 7 spots in the pit. You know, it just feels like we've got. Well, okay, go back to Kansas when we needed to pit when Dario crashed, and that killed us. You know, so it's like we've just had no luck this season. I hope, you know, I hope things turn around here, and they should. You know, I mean, as far as our luck is concerned this month, I think we've been pretty lucky, whether it be the Andretti incident or being in the second row. I mean, all those things. You know, it just. I think the biggest part of this race is Lady Luck right there. I really do. I mean, I think you can be as quick as you want to be and as good as you want to be. But if it's not your day, it's not. You know, it's just not going to happen.
Graham, thanks, Graham. How difficult is it to come here as a son of a former and face all the, you know, what if?
No, I mean, obviously there's a bit of pressure on the side of, you know, you really want to win it. But as I've said, I think the reasons I want to win this race are more for myself than anything else, and for my team. And obviously this year, if we were to win, it'd be for Paul. You know, because with him no longer with us, and I know there was one thing he wanted, and that was to win this race. But you know, as far as being the son, it's the same everywhere. You know, I mean, I think my dad's won pretty much every single track you can possibly imagine. So, you know, everywhere you go, there's that pressure to kind of live up to not only the fans' expectations, but what most people will perceive, you know, the fact that you should be successful right away.